Now we're going to get into this whole situation with Betsy DeVos and the gun situation. Betsy DeVos, do you remember her? She's the education secretary they can't spell.
Yeah.
When they first elected her, she came into question at all her... Oh, man. They got her so bad when they were trying to decide if they were going to have her be the secretary of education.
That was funny too.
Oh man, Bernie Sanders, they burnt her ass, and
Yep.
she just ended up looking really stupid. She didn't know anything about education in this country. All the questions she got wrong back in 2017. So the Secretary of Education has proposed that the Academic Support Fund, this is what they approved 3 years ago, which is supposed to go towards students' mental health, art and music classes, because if you know, art and music have been neglected in schools.
Which doesn't make sense.
What she wants to do is take that money and arm teachers.
You know what that sounds like though, right, Kim?
What?
NRA.
Another thing. Betsy DeVos' family, over the course of the years, between she and the members of her family, have all contributed. Give me a number. How much you think they contributed to the Republican Party, which is like a big backer to NRA? Just throw out that number.
Nah, I'll probably say more than $1 million. I'll probably say up to 5.
$200 million.
Wow. You said 200.
Betsy DeVos,
Wow.
during her time when Congress was asking her all those questions to try to figure out if she was fit to be the education secretary, they found out that her family, between she and all her family, have contributed almost $200 million to the Republican Party, who are big supporters of the NRA. Now, the NRA recently went on to say that they thought that they were about to go bankrupt because they were losing support left and right because of the school shootings. So they said that they might have to. I don't believe that. I don't buy it either. I don't believe it. I think that they're just doing that so they can go underground and rebrand themselves and come out, with a new slogan or a new whatever. But if you get a grant from the government to buy guns, that's just more money in their pocket.
From what I read, it was more of it wasn't necessarily to buy guns, but I guess the grant that they get now is basically said that they can't purchase guns with it, but this grant doesn't say they can't purchase guns with it. It's just basically about, I guess, making the school better. So it's really a loophole. Yeah. And they trying to, throw guns in there. And like you say, since she's a Republican, that NRA narrative, she's trying to follow that and, trying to enforce that.
That's crazy. That's so sad. And one article, I think it was something that they said about her, but they said this was like one of the worst things that can ever like possibly pass. And I think it's the Every Student Success Act, which was passed in 2015. Yeah. And through that can be a loophole. Right. So then from there, they can like manipulate the whole entire situation. So, yeah, that's crazy.
The student support and academic enrichment grant is like $1 billion.
That's crazy.
So they don't want to give teachers money for books, supplies.
That was what, $1 billion per school district or something like that, or per school?
Yeah, that's just the whole thing. It's $1 billion.
Wow.
That's for the country's poorest schools, and it's supposed to use the money to provide a well-rounded education, improve school conditions for learning, and improve the use of technology for digital literacy.
So it was supposed to do that, but it didn't. Wow. And I think they also said that a House Minority Leader, her name was Nancy Pelosi. She called this the idea one of the most egregious, short-sighted, and dangerous executive branch abuses of our education system in modern history.
It goes against what they call common sense gun laws.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, if you go to school and your kid's teacher has a gun, how do you know that they're going to use the right discretion on when to use it? How do you know what the mind frame of these teachers are? Like, some of these Most of them are white females.
There aren't that many black male teachers.
Yep.
I mean, I could just go on and on about why this is a bad idea.
Think of it like this. If the cops saying they fear for their life.
Imagine what a teacher would say.
Come on, like.
I had the same thought.
Imagine how easy it would be for a teacher to fear for their life. So they just might shoot. It might be a kid. And they might just shoot because of the kid.
And then again, 9 times out of 10, it's a white female. So let's say it's a black kid, he's big or something, or he's, causing trouble in the class. She would say that she felt uncomfortable in that situation. So then through that, now put this on the news. When they post up the picture of the teacher compared to the kid, she'll probably just get off because they'll say that he was a threat. He was a threat to the school system. So yeah,
9 states already have approved arming of teachers. Texas is one of them. And after that, Texas schools...
Texas don't be playing.
Texas don't care. They don't care. Everybody can just walk around with a gun. I went to the gun license class in Texas, and basically anybody could just get it. They give you all the answers right there. It's not hard to get a gun.
That's how it is here. Yeah. Here, all you gotta do is be a resident. You go down to the courthouse, show your paperwork,
and it's that simple,
and you get your license.
Wow.
I had a conversation with a cop about it, and he was like, "Man, I don't really agree with it, but that's just how it is."
It is what it is. Wow.
The senator, Governor Greg Abbott of Texas sent a letter to Betsy DeVos asking for additional funding, and said that they needed $62 million increase to get guns for teachers. I mean, this is crazy. This is really, really crazy. It's just going to prop up gun sales, and the NRA gets more money, and it helps them get out of the red.
It's a cop-out. And then, again, I think it's a loophole just to supply teachers or NRA supporters with guns. Like, why do teachers need guns? It doesn't make sense because these people aren't even trained. And then, Jay Black, like you said earlier, the people that are trained for this, they're still screwing up. So how can we trust the teacher to not only teach somebody, but also protect their lives and not kill their child when you drop them off to school? That's absurd. That's crazy.
I mean, I think that there's a problem with this teachers that have inappropriate relationships with the students. So until they get all that sorted out, we're not going to give those people guns. Okay?
Yep.
All right. There was something else I wanted to mention, just in facts and opinions, because we were going to make it our main topic, but then during the week, it all switched around. Randolph County, Georgia. They were going to close some of the polling locations, which I think they were going to close 7 of the 9 polling locations. Randolph County is majority black county in Georgia, but they have since decided not to close those voting locations because the election is coming up here in Georgia, and we need to talk to some people too. So if you know someone, send them our way. Yep. If they're supporting Brian Kemp, we want to ask them some questions, and we've also reached out to Stacey's camp to see if someone will come in and talk to us. So they're supposed to be making an arrangement to get someone over here to talk about more of what her policies are. But I'm glad that they decided not to close those because, like I said, Randolph County is majority black. And that also comes into question about, you know, the Secretary of State being the one that's running and their decisions when it comes to stuff like this. So
did they come out? Did they have like a exact reason of why they said they didn't go through with it?
Because of the backlash, because of all the people that were saying that they shouldn't do it, because of how it looks, because it was fucked up, because they should have never came up with that idea in the first place. They really just said, you know, because of the outcry of the support for people not to close it. So that's what happened.
Mr. Vos.
I think that at this time we need to tell people that the time to register to vote, the deadline is October 9th.
Okay.
When is it? Let me see. But it's soon. So you need to go register to vote.
So how do you guys feel about, like, black people sometimes, us just voting just because somebody is a Democrat? Because I think sometimes, like, we don't do our own due diligence. We don't read and actually, like, compare policies and things like that as well.
I don't think that it matters. I think that as long as the person goes along with what you believe in, which,
exactly.
But see, now it's just become so crazy because the Democrats have aligned themselves with black people.
Right.
There you go.
Which the Republicans just coincidentally haven't been able to do.
Yep.
So it just goes that way. Because they reach out to us and they make it seem like they want our vote and that our issues matter, whether they do it or not. In the beginning, when it's time to vote, they seem to have.
I think that's what it is, though. You, like you just said, they make black people feel like they matter.
Yeah.
Democrats and more than the Republicans do.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, I can't say I think, but shit, if we read what the Republicans actually do, you know what, like he was saying, the policies that they're doing, we might agree with a lot of this.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Well, a lot of black people,
which is scared.
The black Republicans do agree, and they agree with the conservative way that like they don't like gay marriage.
Yeah.
They don't like immigration. So that's what appeals to a lot of black people, especially black people that aren't
in the church.
Yep. And that's why he's always reaching out to black pastors.
Trump. Nah, I didn't think about that. That's a nice aspect. Yeah, I didn't even think about that at all.
Because it's supposed to be Christian
values. And see, that right there irks me, especially seeing black people, talk about Christian values, because I'm like, these Christian values, this was passed down on us. Like, this wasn't something that was practiced by us like that. So, I mean, all that stuff is crazy to me. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Christian
but
values.
That's what they're allegedly supporting. So let them do them.
It's